Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Extra Time TV. And in news that probably everybody knows, Lionel Messi has secured his 8th Ballon d'Or. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. A lot of people are wondering, is this going to happen? They had questions about the validity of this particular award. I personally don't take it that seriously, but let's be real. Everybody else takes it seriously. We even had our polls where 80% of our voters said Lionel Messi was going to win. There was a couple of people that said Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, but let's be real. In my opinion, and according to the guests that we had before, which is Terry Fennick and so on, the World Cup really was the deal breaker. For me, it is the premier competition. A lot of people have their arguments and they're valid, and you can let me know what you think when you scan that QR code that's going to pop up. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. It's going to pop up during the entire episode. You could scan, you could comment, and you also automatically qualify for a chance to win some cool prizes. In this particular case, which we'll be announcing soon, the winner of that prize, which is EAFC, which you can actually have the honor of trying to play me if you get a chance. So the Ballon d'Or, we were trying to look at the live stream, which was very difficult to find. But when it was announced, we had this lovely graphic from the Ballon d'Or that was posted up, letting us know that Lionel Messi won at 36 years old, the 8th title. And it is absolutely ridiculous, folks. I'm actually speechless at times. And, I have a jersey on, which, hopefully you'll screen grab and let me know what this translates to on our Instagram or email or wherever you want. I'll let you all decide. But it's a very popular phrase from Lionel Messi. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you all a little room to scan. Scan away, folks. Take a picture, screenshot. Let me know what you think, because this is one of my favorite sayings from Lionel Messi. So that's it. But let's be real. Lionel Messi deserves this award. He won it 8 times. There's some times that people had some valid arguments about why Lionel Messi shouldn't win. There's a valid argument why Haaland should win. The criteria is very different. But for me personally, I think the World Cup was a deciding factor. It was a criteria that was used before in the past for him not being able to win it. In 2014, a lot of people said he should not have won it because he got to the finals and that was not good enough. And it's a whole criteria thing. Terry spoke about it. Juan Arango spoke about it. And you can take a look at those previous episodes on our Facebook page. We have them there. We'll have reruns on the channel on Biz TV. So take a look at that. But you could let me know what you think, because the majority of people I spoke to have said that Lionel Messi deserves this award. A lot of people were talking about his super Ballon d'Or, which, to be fair, I don't really care about that. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the award. I think it's a bit of a popularity contest. I did not need the Ballon d'Or to tell me that Lionel Messi was the best this particular year. A lot of people are arguing he's playing in Inter Miami and so on, but the fact is he had phenomenal performances for Argentina in the Copa America, the Finalissima, the World Cup. It's very rare that we've seen a player perform that well consistently throughout the entire tournament and just be such a dominant figure and change Inter Miami around. So, to me, Lionel Messi, congratulations to you. Folks, let me know what you think in the comment sections when we post those videos and also when we scan that QR code when it pops up. So keep your eyes sharp. So with that being said, we're going to head to our first commercial break and we're going to talk about that massive Classico that took place over the weekend. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
Hi, good day. You getting through?
Yes, actually, I'm looking for Omega XL.
Here we go. Right.
Are they hiding line back there?
We do have some alternatives as well, right? These are a lot cheaper. Time is hard and things,
That's
so you might want.
cooler, but I'll still take the Omega.
Hold on, I know you want the Omega, but you ever heard of inflammation away? This thing is the top seller on the market. You cannot
Listen, unlike them other brands, Omega XL have no fishy aftertaste. It's easy to swallow, and it made from the pristine waters of New Zealand. Not that labas water they're making them other brands with.
Well, boy, imagine as a pharmacist, and I didn't even know all that.
Well, now you know.
Sheila, order some more Omega XL. Everybody need this.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That, unlike the no-gets, Ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
All right, folks, we're back and we're going to talk about a massive game that took place over the weekend. And to be honest, there were so many games that we had to kind of squeeze the content down for the show. But we're going to talk about the El Clasico. Real Madrid took on Barcelona. And listen, Jude Bellingham had an amazing game. And a lot of banter took place, folks, before the game. And we have some lovely graphics we're going to take a quick look at where, in the end, Real Madrid got that victory in the end with 2 goals from Jude Bellingham, and he celebrated absolutely wildly, as you should. He has been an absolute revelation in this particular Real Madrid team. He's an English player, and a lot of people were skeptical about him, but he did really well. Before the game, the Rolling Stones were present, and there's a little story here that we're going to do, because they were in the crowd, they were having fun. They are brand ambassadors, essentially, for Barcelona. And they had their logo and everything was great. Barcelona started off really great. And things went really sour in the end because, in the end, with that lovely logo that they had in the stands, Barcelona started off very well. They dominated the game. They were playing their Barcelona-type football and they were in the lead. However, in the end, Bellingham spoiled the party. And before we get into the technical discussion of what took place, this is why I love social media sometimes. He had this lovely post that he put on Twitter that is absolutely hilarious for you music fans out there, and I'll explain to you guys what took place. So, this image here was on his Twitter, which is absolutely hilarious, where it mimics the famous Abbey Road picture by the Beatles, for those of you who don't know. It's a famous picture. You could Google, you could check it out, and of course, with the lovely technology that we have now with AI, as you can see there, which is essentially, he is basically trolling Barcelona in the most clever way, because the Rolling Stones were essentially the rivals for the Beatles in that time. That is just beautiful, man. I don't know how else to describe something as poetic as that. It's absolutely hilarious, but of course, we talk about stats. We love stats on this show. Jude Bellingham was an absolute standout, and not just for his social media. We're going to take out the lovely heat maps provided to us by the wonderful folks of SofaScore, who has been giving us wonderful data. So let's take a quick look at his heat map, which that's not a mistake, folks. He was running all over the pitch. When I first looked at it, I was like, wow, there's a lot of red there. But as you can see, he got a SofaScore rating of 8.28. His overall matches is 13 this season. He scored 13 goals, 3 assists, his heat maps for the season so far. You can see how much ground he covers. His shots to score, 2.6. His shots on target, 81%. So he has wonderful statistics. And let's take a quick look at the formations really quickly for both teams. And to be honest with you, it's as expected. Both teams played, Real Madrid at 4 at the back. Barcelona, Xavi, opts to play with 3 at the back sometimes, and he had his guys up front. It's a young team. But what I really want to talk about is the battle between Jude Bellingham and Gavi. And let's take a quick look at Gavi's stats. Gavi was assigned to mark Jude Bellingham. And to be honest, for most of the game, he did a pretty good job of keeping him tight, not giving him too much space. And as you can see in this particular match, this is just for this match, he focused a lot of his marking on the center of the pitch, as you can see there. And to be fair, he did a lot of tackles. He kept Jude Bellingham, not Jed, in check for the majority of the game. And it just shows you that as good as Gavi was, it was not enough in the end. And, Jude Bellingham got that chance. Yes, it was a deflected goal. Yes, it was a heartbreaker for Barcelona. But this guy continues to surprise people. At the beginning of the season, everyone was saying, okay, he's going to score some goals. Let's see what happens. He keeps scoring goals. They said, okay, 3rd game, 4th game, 5th game, we are now a good way into the season against Barcelona and this particular individual. I honestly, if he keeps up this particular form and he keeps playing like this, I think he is honestly in contention to be mentioned for the Player of the Year. Now I know that's premature. It is early. Things could happen. God forbid he gets some injuries. We hope that doesn't take place. This is a health channel, folks. And I want to mention something here. We will be doing a segment where we mention injuries and talk about injury prevention with Gregory Seal, who is he's the founder of the Movement Mechanics Company. And we'll be doing some segments where I will be participating. And all you guys and gals and people out there who play football and participate, we are going to have segments where we're going to show you how to warm up and have injury prevention techniques by a pro. So we're going to be talking about that, folks. So just a little side note, and also just a quick mention, the QR codes are going to be popping up. I'm going to mention that again. Look out for it, because when you do that, get your mobiles ready, you scan, you will get a chance to qualify to win a prize from us. So with that being said, we're going to continue with the game. Real Madrid are looking really strong, and I think they're going to win La Liga this season. Carlo Ancelotti and his men are doing really well. I personally think if Jude Bellingham continues his form combined with the ferocity of Vinicius Jr. and just the general form of this team. My one issue is the defense. I don't think they are watertight at the back. But fans, I know there's a lot of Barcelona fans out there. I know there are a lot of Real Madrid fans out there. Let me know what you think, how this game played off. Do you think it was a fair result? I think it was a fair result. From a tactical perspective, it was exciting. I think it was two really good coaches. And in the end, individual brilliance by Jude Bellingham. Once again, he is really, really showing masterful form. And, you know, if I was Gareth Southgate right now, I would be really excited to have a guy like this heading into the Euros. This is an exciting time for Real Madrid fans, and this is also a good time for English fans. So with that being said, we're going to head to our next commercial break. We'll be talking about massive games between Manchester City and also some wonderful local content. This and more in one moment.
Welcome to Cuban Dental Care. With professionals trained for over 25 years, your smile is in trusted hands. From resin composite veneers to full upper acrylic dentures or even gold crowns, we master it all. Call us at 235-CUBA or 364-9629. Follow our journey on Facebook and Instagram at Cuban_dental_care. The Cuban Dentist, where your smile is our masterpiece.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and there's so much content today that we actually had a difficult time trying to condense the script because we head to the English Premier League, where the massive matchup between Manchester United and Manchester City took place. And wow, Manchester City, I hate to say this, folks, and a lot of people are not going to like this statement, but they wiped the floor with Manchester United. The score was 3-0 with 2 goals from who else? Erling Haaland and Phil Foden. It was a game that I expected it to be that way. But to me, with the kind of money that's being spent by Manchester United and the kind of players that are being, I don't know, Ten Hag has a lot of questions to answer. But what we're going to do is, let's pull up some stats, folks, from the wonderful folks of SofaScore. We have these wonderful data that just makes it so much glaring, the difference between the two teams. The possession, 61% possession, 39% for Manchester United. Total shots, 21 versus 7. Shots on target, 10. 3, fouls 9, obviously with Manchester City being in the ascendancy, they would have to foul. Accurate passes, as expected with a Pep Guardiola team, 90%, and the duels won. One of the things I like about Pep Guardiola's teams is that they win duels, 42%, they press, they win, and big chances created, 7. And we're going to head to the next graphic. The key man in this particular game that we're all talking about, we spoke about the Ballon d'Or, Erling Haaland. Let's take a look at his individual stats. Listen, this guy is amazing, absolutely amazing. He's a goal-scoring machine. SofaScore gave him a ranking of 8.4. He played the full 90 minutes, I think, from what I'm seeing here. 2 goals, 1 assist, shots on target, 5-4. Big chances created, 1. Big chances missed, 2. And if you look at his heat maps, you can see that's the area where he is. And it shows a lot of efficiency because with those 2 chances created, he got the goals. Of course, 1 was a penalty. And if we're going to take a quick look at the table, if we could bring the table up really quickly. Actually, you know what? Manchester City are not on top of the table, but Manchester United, they're going to have to ask themselves some serious questions because Manchester United are not doing well. Fans, I would like to ask you all this. What do you all think is wrong with Manchester United? I can tell you all there's clearly things that are going on behind the scenes. It seems like this is not even a tactical thing anymore. I think Ten Hag is a good coach. I know a couple of my colleagues think that he's not. I think he's a great coach. I think a lot of people were expecting him to play that Ajax-type football in Manchester United, and it's just not working. He has injuries. I think the goal-scoring output from Manchester United is really poor. The choice of strikers that were used and selected in the transfer market were really poor. I don't think they're really effective enough for a club like Manchester United. The last time I saw a really effective Manchester United striker was Van Persie. I hate to say this, but I'm going back to Sir Alex Ferguson's time. If there's one thing that he was really good at, is the fact that he was able to look at the transfer market and get players. And yes, Manchester City has all the money and they're getting all the strikers. But Manchester United are no slouches either. They have the budget. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of players that don't seem to be happy. It just does not seem to be working. And the injuries and so on to this team are really hurting them. I think in defense in particular, the ability to not control the midfield and that massive gap has been shown time and time again. Yes, Manchester United do get the odd result against Manchester City, but it's usually a one-off, and usually they rise to the occasion. And to be quite frank, it's just not enough. And what's hilarious, I'm looking at the table on my tablet here, as good as Manchester City is, and I would have loved to have talked about this when Terry Fenwick was here, and he'll be back, Manchester City are not even on top of the table, they're third. Tottenham is on top. And, you know, this is a little side topic here. I would like you all to let me know what do you think is the reason for Tottenham's form. They're on top of the table. Nobody's saying anything. Can they maintain this like Arsenal last year? That is the question. But they are doing really well. Manchester City, a dominant performance. Pep Guardiola looks like he's just going from strength to strength. They've won the treble. You have Haaland. You have Julian Alvarez. You have Foden. You have, what's this guy's name at the back? Ederson and so on at the back. This is a team that looks honestly unstoppable. But with that being said, they're also not on top of the table. And it's not a sprint, you know, it's a marathon. And just like last year, Arsenal were on top. And I know this is a side topic and we're talking about Manchester United and Manchester City. The performance of Manchester United was absolutely terrible. Something has to be fixed. Let me know what you think. Scan that QR code, folks. Let us know what you think in the stream as well. I'm speechless right now because I literally do not know what to say about Manchester United right now. And I highlighted all those issues. I personally think that they are in trouble. Ten Hag is in trouble. The team is not performing. And that performance needs to be an eye-opener. Sure, City are the strongest team in the league. They dominate possession. They are strong all around the pitch. But something has to give. And, you know, the people at Manchester United, I know there were rumors about a takeover, but it's really poor. And teams like Tottenham, and they are quietly doing well. Are they going to suffer from the typical choke syndrome that is associated with Tottenham? Are they going to shock everybody and win? Are they going to get these consistent victories and throw City off? Let's see. But let us know what you think in the stream in the comment section below. And also, as I say again, keep your eyes peeled. Scan that QR code. Let us know what you think. So with that being said, we're going to head to our next commercial break where we talk about some local football in the craziest game I've ever seen in a long time in Trinidad and Tobago football, in the Secondary Schools Football League. We're going to talk about this and also a sneak peek of the next goal wins trailer with our upcoming guest. And we have a special with him, Thomas Rongan, in a moment.
Hi, good day. You getting through?
Yes, actually, I'm looking for Omega XL.
Here we go. Right.
Are they hiding line back there?
We do have some alternatives as well, right? These are a lot cheaper. You know, time is hard and things,
That's
so you might want.
cooler, but I'll still take the Omega.
Hold on, I know you want the Omega, but you ever heard of inflammation away? This thing is the top seller on the market. You cannot
Listen,
get-
unlike them other brands, Omega XL have no fishy aftertaste. It's easy to swallow, and it made from the pristine waters of New Zealand. Not that labas water they're making them other brands with.
Well, boy, imagine as a pharmacist, and I didn't even know all that.
Well, now you know.
Sheila, order some more Omega XL. Everybody need this.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets. Ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Introducing Dr. Sanjay Gupta, a seasoned consultant cardiologist from York Teaching Hospital with 28 years of experience. Renowned for his expertise in cardiac imaging, with Dr. Gupta, heart health is at the heart of the conversation. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. He is on a mission to demystify cardiology. Dive deep and take control of your heart health. Only on Biz TV.
Hey everyone and welcome back. We are going to talk about Trinidad and Tobago football and in particular high school football. And for international viewers and the people that look at our stream, this is arguably one of our most popular leagues in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people may argue, but the high school football is massively followed. And this is the reason why we love this particular game. They are beautiful games. That game against France and Argentina in the World Cup, amazing example. And I would dare say, and I'm going out on a really long limb here, that this particular game does live up to that particular bill. Fatima was able to secure their first title in 45 years against Naparima College in the most dramatic and beautiful manner. They were losing 1-0 throughout the entire match, and then there was a late goal from Caden Trestrail, I want to say this correctly, that secured this title. It was beautiful, it was poetic. Let's hear what he had to say.
It's a great achievement for me, not only to score the goal, but to bring home the title in over 45 years to the school. And hopefully we could win the intercall as well, bring that home and keep everything in the north.
So a quick question though. I mean, it looked at one point that Naps had it in control. Most teams that usually crumble under pressure, you guys had a player sent off, some of the staff sent off. You know, what was going through your head and your teammates' minds, you know, at that closing stage of the game?
I think we all know each other. We're all a close team, so I don't think anybody was really panicking. We all knew we had the ability to come back, and we showed it, and we came back and won.
And this is not the first time. You guys did this before as well. What do you think is the secret for this team doing well this season?
I think it's just that most of us have played with each other for a long time, not in specifically like me, but most of the players have been playing since they're in Form 1. For me, I just started, but there's a togetherness within the team. And I think that helps us in those kind of situations.
Beautifully said. He said togetherness, which is something we all love with teams as well. But there was so much events which I didn't highlight, and I'm going to talk about it now. We probably need an entire show for this, and we're probably going to do a follow-up. But there was a red card to Jaden Williams. Now, this is a team that is losing 1-0. You are on the verge of possibly delaying your title celebrations. You're in an away ground to a very strong Naparima College, and you get sent off in essentially extra time. Then you have two of your staff members getting sent off. Jaden essentially was the guy who probably had a range of emotions that very few of us could understand, from going from that despair of getting sent off, thinking that you probably blew the game, to then tasting the glory of victory. Let's hear what he had to say.
Still blue.
I was so elated that we were able to bring home the Premiership trophy back to the north after 45 years. I would say after a wrongful red card, that I was able to watch my team bring home the win after being 1-0 down for over 90 minutes.
And let's talk about that. You know, most teams, and you know, this is kudos to you guys. Players get sent off, staff got sent off, losing 1-0, only a couple seconds to go. What went through your mind before the two goals?
I would say I was really just hoping that our pressure on Nap's defense and their legs would just pull through, because we were putting a lot of pressure on them in the latter, the second half, because we realized we got the better of them as we changed formation. And I knew that we were going to come back and win. It was just a matter of time until win.
And your coach did say you're going to go down to that field and win. And to win in that fashion, so you saw your teammates get that dramatic win. Tell me what went through your mind.
I think my mind was just clear, because it was just a state of happiness, and I was just so happy, because you know it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to be able to pull off this, and we did it so effortlessly. So I'd say that I was very happy with it.
Yes. And to be fair, this is not the first time you all came back. This is a team that clearly has character. You could see, even without asking, you all is a team, a proper team. You know, you guys play like, you know, a family out there. What do you think is the secret to that togetherness?
I'd say all of us, our togetherness in school, we're all best friends in school, we all lime, we all talk together, talk about the game, talk about training. So I'd say it's just our vibes, our just whole team morale as a unit. I think that keeps us together.
Once again, beautifully said. Teamwork seems to be the key factor with these successful teams. And just a rundown on the scoreline. Josiah Cooper for Naparima College scored for them in the 7th minute. And to be fair, if the results stayed that way, I would have said he was easily the man of the match. And it shows you how beautiful and cruel this game could be. He eventually was the guy who got the own goal in extra time. And eventually Caden Trestrail, as we said before, got that key second goal that secured the result. And some little information before we move on to the table. The two people that were sent off, it was the team manager, which was Jaden's father, the manager, Stephen Bison Williams, and the goalkeeping coach. And, you know, we'll talk about the disciplinary aspects of it later on because we don't have all the details, but it must have been quite a nerve-wracking game. So let's take a quick look at the table and see where everybody's heading in for the rest of the teams for the rest of the season. As you can see, Fatima College has secured the title with 1 game to spare, so they're going to head in with that last game. And knowing the professionalism of this team, they probably could take their foot off the gas, maybe rotate some players. But what I'd really like to talk about is St. Benedict's College and their amazing form and how well they did heading into these games. They started off with a little bit of a slip. They're sponsored by Omega Excel. And who knows the correlation between that and their performance? Who knows? But their goal-scoring output has been insane. Congratulations to Mr. Kwan Kip and his project at St. Benedict's College, the coaches and the staff, as well as Sawa North. They did really well. They have been scoring boatloads of goals. Their offensive capabilities has been there for everyone to see. And to be honest, if there was not a slip-up, St. Benedict's College could have easily snatched this title. But it shows you how football works. You have to get those 3 points. And St. Benedict's College, along with Sawa North, were one of the teams that were probably hoping that Fatima slipped up. But in the end, Fatima held on. This is not the first time that they came back and got the victory. So with that being said, we're going to just touch on the Trinidad and Tobago women's football real quick before we have a special surprise. The Trinidad and Tobago women's team lost 2-1 to Puerto Rico with a goal from Alexia Ali. Puerto Rico got a goal from Skylin Rodriguez and Julian Aguilera. And unfortunately, this puts Trinidad and Tobago at the bottom of the particular group. It's a massive challenge for Hood and his troops. I've worked with the women's team before. I wish them nothing but success. But it has been quite a challenge. They do have a lot of challenges behind the scenes. And, you know, hopefully we'll see where that goes. And in our next episode, we'll speak about that with Kenwin Jones and so on. So we're going to wrap things up. We're going to head to our final commercial break. And we have a special surprise, a trailer from Thomas Rongan for his movie Next Goal Wins, being directed by Taika Waititi. Enjoy, folks.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That, unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Hey everyone, welcome back. And as promised, we have a trailer that's coming up from our upcoming guest, Thomas Rongan, who works for Inter Miami, a former Dutch player, and there is a movie being directed by Taika Waititi, which is about to be premiered in November, starring Michael Fassbender playing Thomas Rongan. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. I'm excited to see it. We have a special feature coming up, but as promised, we're going to have this trailer. Take a look, folks, and enjoy.
Hey everybody, Taika Waititi, me. Now, if you don't know who I am, I can't do anything about that. That's just life. You don't have to, all right? I'm a filmmaker. I made films like Jojo Rabbit, Hunt for the Wilder People, the Thor films. You know those films, surely. You love Chris just as much as I do. Admit it. Anyway, I've made a new film called Next Goal Wins, and it's an uplifting, true story about a football team with a dream. And I'm here to show you a trailer for it. And the trailer, thank God, is shorter than my introduction to the trailer. This is like a trailer to a trailer.
It's known as the beautiful game, but let's face it, it's a complicated game, guys. Soccer, as you like to call it, is like life. Next season, I think we have a real shot.
I'm sorry, Thomas, did nobody tell you? You're fired. Good news is, you got two options.
Option 1, that's where you're currently at.
Or,
American Samoa.
Are you serious?
If you're all alone, when the pretty birds have flown.
We haven't scored one goal in the history of our country trying to have a soccer team.
Go! They've scored again. Humiliation.
Things are going to change. I got us a new coach.
Trust, okay, trust. Oh, that's it, don't touch me. Trust is broken.
What we want is just one goal. One goal.
I can't work with these guys.
I can't help them. Thomas, we didn't send you there to help them. We sent you there to help you.
That's it, Jaya, leadership. Now we're making some progress.
Dear Lord, thank you for sending us Mr. Ongen. We've become quite attached to him. It's like finding a little lost white kid at the mall and telling him which way to go.
And that was the trailer. How painless was that? And the film, I promise you, is even less painless. So go see Next Goal Wins on the big screen.